welcome to Magical Maiden's Jewelry Tutorials. I'm Magical Maiden. So today what I have for you to do is I have these filigree connectors, and there's a whole bunch. I've already used some, and if you've seen some of my jewelry tutorials, you'll see the things that I created using these. Now I will have the link below in the description box under the video if you're interested. I got them off of Amazon, and this is the color rhodium. They have silver and they have gold, and they have different types of filigree connectors. Some are quite large, like this big heart, and you have these. You have a bunch of different butterflies. You have dragonflies. You have flowers, and so much more. So go check out that video if you didn't see it in my jewelry tutorial playlist, where I show each and every one that I got and how many. Now the amounts will be random, and you may not get everything seen pictured, but you will get a certain amount. And then you might get 5 of the one butterflies, 6 of these, 7 of that, so it's a random, but they're well worth it. They're good quality. So today what I'm doing is I'm making a necklace. These are glass beaded chains that you get at BB Crafts. You can order them either on Amazon or from BB Crafts, and if I have the link, I will also add that below in the description box along with the filigree connectors link. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make sort of a lariat. I'm into lariats where you can connect this. Now they come longer. This was longer, but I've made other things. This is like a light pink, but as you can see, they have yellow, blue, black, and red chain, and I've made plenty. And these are silver in between, but they also have the gold ones in between. But I don't like gold, so I picked the silver. And these are some of the flower connectors I have, and they do have little holes to connect jump rings and whatnot, but I think I'm going to go with the bigger one. So I always like position things to see if I'm going to like them. I'm just getting this out of the way, and then I go ahead and put it together. So what I'm going to do is, this chain is not broken up yet, but I'm going to wait before I disconnect it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 6mm jump rings and then a lobster claw clasp on the back, but I'm leaving this closed because I don't know how long I want this. So I'm going to hook this up, and you see there's little holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some 6mm jump rings. You'll need your jewelry working tools. And I'm going to connect this piece right here to this end. And again, you can use any color chain you want. I have a light pink. And I really do like these chains. They're already made, so you don't have to sit there and beat up a chain. They're already there for you. And I'm just going to connect it into this little loop. And I'm going to shut this, make sure it's closed, and then I'm going to hang this. And so now what I'm going to do, move these out of the way, is I'm going to see, because I do want to hang, it's a lariat, but to kind of hook that up like that, okay, it'll be kind of hanging on the side. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. So now there are holes in the middle, say you wanted to connect something there, but we can also add some acrylic gemstones, different color ones, which I think I'm going to also add to it as well. So that'll be towards the end because I got to be done assembling, because you don't want to handle things after you glue them. Okay, so do I want this or do I want that? I think I'm going to hook it to here. Now these connectors, these filigree connectors, are flexible. So you can bend them and shape them And some might come misshapen, but you can gently bend them back into place. Don't be rough with them. But they're meant to be flexible so that you can work with them. Okay, so I want this to be like that. So this side be a little bit longer. And I'm going to remove that. And then I can hook up, you know, jump rings and clasps and all that stuff. So now, just gonna move this, and there we go. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I always keep a little mirror in front of me to see if I didn't take off enough or that's just enough. And I'm going to get a lobster claw clasp. You could use any type you want. I like the big fat lobster claw clasp because they work for me, whether you have long nails or short nails. And sometimes my nails are long, but since I craft a lot and I clean a lot, they're always in water, they break. So short or long, these work great for me. So now I'm just going to hook up all of these, and I'll do these off camera. Okay, so this is a very fast and easy tutorial because it's such a fast and easy craft. The thing that we are going to use some acrylic gemstones, different colors, but for now, look at the chain. I used 3 6mm jump rings on each side, and I attached a clasp. Now, if you wanted to make it longer, you can leave the chain longer. But then what I'm going to do is you can kind of slant that, and then I'm going to hang. I'm going to fix this 3, and then on the bottom you don't have to full pink because I don't have a pink teardrop. I can put a clear teardrop one hanging from that because you can mix and match. I could even hang a green one or a red one or you know, whatever you want. So that's what's gonna happen. Okay. So what I did was I made this. Now I put this teardrop into a head pin. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the excess with my cutters. And then I'm going to make a loop at the end. Sometimes these pieces do like to fly. Save the excess because you can use them. And then what I do is just get my round nose pliers and just make a loop. I'm just going to take a 4mm jump ring and I'm going to attach that to the bottom. It's like, and that'll be dripping down. And if it's too long, you can just cut from here and just leave 2. I'll know that when I'm done. And then there it is. And if you want to make it shorter, you can remove some of the excess jump rings, what have you. Now for the fun part. We are going to get our E6000 glue and a toothpick, some paper towels, and we are going to glue some acrylic gemstones. Okay, so I chose the 3 that I'm going to use. They don't all have to be pink, okay? And the eye-catching ones are the orange ones, but I did add a pink, so the pink to the rounder, bigger hole, and that's what I'm going to do. So you could pick any kind you want, but that's what I chose because I like that best. So make sure we're going to get our glue. Put very little. We're going to do the bigger one first. If you feel like you need a little more glue, go ahead and put it on. And then we can clean up any excess glue and we're going to clean up our fingerprints and give it a nice shine with a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol once it adheres. Now I tell everybody if you watch my videos that E6000 glue will start to adhere in about 8 to 10 minutes, but it won't fully cure for 24 hours. So I wouldn't go and wear it till the 24 hours were up. So it's adhered a little bit, and see how much that shines once you do that. Do blot this because you don't want to flood it. And later, like I said, you could pick any glue around with a clean toothpick. But it does give it a nice shine. And if you got any glue anywhere else, go ahead and do that. And it gets rid of your fingerprints. So just a Q-tip and some regular rubbing alcohol. And now I'm going to let that dry. It's a simple and easy craft. Doesn't cost much. You just need, now if you don't want these type of chains, you can make your own with little beads or what have you, but they're so much easier when it's all together. So you just need some 6mm jump rings, a 4mm jump ring, a head pin if you're going to put something like that at the end, your jewelry working tools, some E6000 glue, a toothpick, a Q-tip, some rubbing alcohol, some acrylic gemstones, and of course the filigree connectors. So that's what you're going to have. These are going to dry, and then I am going to take better video for you. So hold on, don't go anywhere. Get ready to see it in its final state. So here it is, it's all finished. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I only added the 2 beads. I removed the 3rd bead section, and then I just attached the teardrop bead. I'm really happy I decided to use different color acrylic gemstones. Of course, I did still use pink, but I like the pop of orange and yellow because when you look at it, it really does add something to it. I can't put the flash on because it drowns it out, but this is a very light pink chain, and of course, all the links will be below for the filigree connectors as well as the chain if I can find it. I do know I got it from BB Crafts, and you could also probably order it from Amazon. Either way, the links will be below, and it will list all the things you need for this craft, which is a very easy and fast craft. But I tell you, the longest part is just gluing the gemstones, which isn't long at all. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And again, you can make it as long as short as you want. So I know you'll be happy with this too. So remember to like, share, comment. If you have any questions, you just want to say hello. And if you're not subscribed, do that now. Also, click that notification bell because you'll want to be notified when I upload my newest content. Now, I do plan on doing a video trying on this necklace, and you can see what it looks like on, as well as 2 other necklaces that I recently made. So I've done a video, if you look at my jewelry tutorial playlist, of me trying on some of these earrings and other necklaces I've made in the past month or 2. So if you didn't see that, go check it out. Go check out all my other tutorials on my jewelry tutorial playlist. And I will see you in my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.